Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Marvelous Hour podcast. This is episode 2, and on this episode, we're going to be talking about the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and also ranking the MCU trilogies as they are right now. So, right now, I'm joined by my two co hosts, Elon and Rice Boy. Go ahead and say hello, guys.
It's been fun, but now I've got to go. Hey there, it's me, Rice Boy. I just seen Guardians of the Galaxy today. Fucking cried multiple times. I'm not gonna cap. But that's for later in the podcast. That's just know I cried like a little baby. I cried like, oh my god.
All right, bro. Go ahead, bro.
What's up? It's Elon. Many names, but one. But as they already told you, we just saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and it was pretty good. Didn't go to sleep. I went to sleep. This motherfucker was trying. I was sleeping. But it was but we'll get into
That says a lot about the movie. Huh?
we'll get into it. We'll get into why and everything as the podcast goes on.
Man said the movie was boring, dog.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, the movie is not boring, but anyways, let's just go ahead and get into it. So first off, just for context, real quick, myself and Elon, this is our second time seeing it. Julius, this was your first time seeing it, to be honest, like seeing it the second time, let's just go ahead and get into the topic. So, first off, guys, what was your initial thoughts on the podcast itself? Like, what were y'all like before heading into the podcast?
Can I start? So my initial thoughts about the movie was more like I felt I felt like it was gonna be lackluster. I'm not gonna lie. Like I felt like I was not gonna cry as much as I did, feel as much joy as I did. I fell out of watching Marvel movies because that, to be honest, the current phase, majority of the movies coming out strong in the first part, they were mid lackluster.
This was like probably the first Marvel movie you've seen
Since No Way Home.
since No Way Home.
Yeah, this is like since like the most recent ones I remember are Endgame, No Way Home, and I have not seen. I want to see the second. What is it? Doctor Strange movie. I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness yet.
So you haven't seen like a lot of the Phase 4 movies yet.
Yeah, I have not seen any of the Phase 4, like most of the Phase 4 movies.
You,
Or Phase 4 material, I should say.
I'll say that you're not missing a whole lot. So there are some gems in there. But we'll talk about that another day. But no, like continue.
No, look, I haven't seen much of the current phase, but I've seen Infinity War, Endgame, and I've seen both of the Guardians movies. But if I get some shit wrong about certain shit, don't come at me. Okay, I'm not. I mean, I'm a Marvel fan, but I'm not too well versed in the movie lore.
Look,
Okay?
there's a ton of people that would probably say like, oh, like you don't know this about Marvel, you don't know this or that. Like, not everybody's perfect.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a poser because I just really loved Static Shock as a kid, but he's not even part of DC because of some weird licensing thing with a third-party company. And I just really like Spider-Man, and that's like the only real
It's like
comic stuff.
it's like the close second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like. We need a movie of Static Shock. I'm sorry, PSA. I know we just talked earlier about not having tangents, but then we need Static Shock propaganda. We need Static Shock Super DC. We already have Black Lightning. Don't fucking tease me, DC. You can tickle. You can do all this extra shit with all this you can do all this with Black Lightning. You can do all this fancy cool. But no, I want my boy who flies like Danny Phantom, but makes quips like Spider-Man, and he only shoots lightning and it go bird. Let me see that shit. Bro.
Look, you and me both want to see that shit.
I will pay anything. I will pay anything to see it.
I feel you. I would pay anything to see it too. Like I'm hoping that we get to see a movie like that, but we'll talk about that another day. But anyways, no.
We're not gonna skate past the dream. The dream is here.
But
let's not forget that his TV series was like one of the hardest hit TV series.
And it
dealt with a lot of shit from gun violence at school to dyslexia and everything else.
Racism episode.
No. His best friend.
No. It's fine. It's just the crazy part about that is that at the time it was only the second most watched show at the time, right under Pokemon. For its time, Pokemon is a big ass franchise, and you got Static Shock right under it as one of the most watched TV shows of all time. And the only reason it got canceled was because of toy sales. But anyways, that's another topic for another day. But anyways, Elon, what were your...
as a marketing major. As like a graphic design.
I feel you. But Elon, go ahead and get... What were your initial thoughts on Guardians 3?
My initial thoughts on Guardians 3 were, I expected people to die, and I'm not allowed to say spoilers for those listening until you got love.
Like keep it spoiled. Everybody dying, me included.
Me included. I don't even know what this shit is about. Let's get the next small one. I Discord because I'm gonna get all these leaks, bro.
I swear, what joy do leakers have in spreading that stuff out on Twitter just for everybody else to get spoiled, even though they get spoiled too? Like, I don't.
Also, like, let's not act like Last of Us 2 was not a good game. The only reason that nobody likes it is because everybody got leaked about the story.
That, and also I almost said Gabby because my mind went straight to Gabby from Attack on Titan, but no, like the one character that everybody hated in Last of Us 2 and then got hate, the voice actors got hate for it. It was so stupid, but still, like, I still don't know why people get I don't know what enjoyment people get out of that. But anyways, Elon, go ahead and continue with your thoughts.
I thought everybody was going to die. So, I mean, I thought a lot of people were going to die, but it was actually a pretty good movie, you know. I might have went to sleep during my watch, but we're gonna get into that later.
No, this man was asleep too.
He was asleep like your uncle at a barbecue, bro.
Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. No.
I was fighting to stay awake, bro.
No. It's not even the fact you was fighting to stay away. It's the fact you didn't even let the seat back and you still fell asleep.
I swear to God, I had a handicapped seat, bro. I had a handicapped seat. And when it was hot, I was pissed. Go up to the listen.
You could have sat next to me, dog.
I don't like you,
bro. All right, but anyways, so for context, real quick, for me, myself, and Elon, it's our second time seeing this movie. For Julius, it was his first, and as far as my initial thoughts go, like I said, with like Elon said, I went into this movie thinking that we were finna lose some people, finna lose a lot of good characters and whatnot. And like, you know, me thinking too, like, even before going in, I already knew that this movie was going to make me cry, and surprisingly, it didn't make me cry as much as I thought it would, but it was still a very emotional movie, and there were a lot of beats in the movie that definitely hit me to where I was like, okay, I definitely relate to that. Like, I can definitely understand what this character is going through. But other than that, like, this movie was nothing short of amazing. Like, it was probably one of the best movies to come out to date by far. Out of all the MCU projects that have been put out, I would say this is arguably the best movie since Since I would say probably since No Way Home. I think it's a good argument, but like I said, we'll get into that. But anyways, just so y'all know, from this point going forward, it will be spoilers. So, like I said, spoilers. If you do not want to listen to any of the spoilers, if you have not seen the movie yet, what are you doing? It's been out for like a couple weeks now. Go watch the goddamn movie. But anyways,
now if you're waiting for it to come on Disney Plus, cool. Give yourself some time and wait for it to come out on Disney Plus.
Exactly. But like I said, going forward, this will be spoilers. So keep in mind, I will put a timestamp in the description just so that in case you don't want to get spoiled, you can skip to a certain timestamp to where we are done talking about the movie or just done talking about spoilers in general. But anyways, yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it.
Also, disclaimer before we officially get started on discussing movies and our rankings of how we're doing this. Please understand, this is all based off of personal preference and opinion.
Facts.
Whatever we say cannot be held liable for how you feel about it.
I swear, if y'all get like really like touchy about just personal opinions, I'm gonna just call you a nerd and start laughing in your face. I'm gonna just be honest.
Dang, that's crazy.
I'm gonna be like, damn.
I mean, ask my boy Roger to say he hasn't watched some of the MCU. Therefore, his opinion might be skewed. Once again, this is opinion. We don't care what y'all think.
Facts. True. That's true.
This is how we feel about movies. Y'all feel the way y'all feel. And that's okay.
I feel like at the end of the day, everyone's gonna say whatever the fucking what they want to say, like what they want to like, and then like the one person who's gonna be like, "Hey, your opinion's wrong." I'm like, well, you see, I forgot when I actually cared.
Here's the thing that you really gotta say. Our opinion's wrong, but where's your fault?
Wow.
That's what you gotta ask.
Wow.
Because you got no fault if you attacking somebody just based off of their opinions, dog.
This just became the Out of Pocket podcast.
Because your father's behavior left you lost and destitute, bro.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Judge me over my opinions, hypothetically, right? This is all really, but you're gonna judge me over my opinions because of how I rank certain movies. All right, look,
That's fair.
No, just think of the comment as Dale Gribble from Hank Hill, from King of the Hill. It's like, this dude sucks at grading movies. This guy's really bad at his.
You know what? Also, your dad not raising you. But
Wow.
let's move on.
All right.
Once again, the brother
Anyway.
right boy to nobody did.
But yeah, anyways, like I said, going forward, this will be spoilers. I will put a timestamp in the description if you want to skip the spoiler heavy review. All right? So let's get into it. All right, y'all. So going into spoilers, what were y'all thoughts about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? So who want to start first?
All right, I'll start.
Okay, go ahead. Go for it, bro.
All right. My thoughts, unspoiled thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was that was the best movie Saturday.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
It's the perfect goodbye movie
Yeah,
for Guardians of the Galaxy.
facts.
Like it was, because it wasn't necessarily goodbye to the Guardians of the Galaxy. It was goodbye to this team of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, like
And it was just nice to see they all did what they wanted and went off to do things that they wanted to do.
exactly.
With Star-Lord going back to Earth, meeting his grandfather again.
Mm-hmm.
Mantis going off on her own, not taking orders from anybody.
Yeah.
With 3 of those beasts from Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yeah,
So not only did she go off on her own, she went off with the fucking army, bro.
true.
She went off with 3 aboleths.
That was it. Yeah. And then Rocket became a leader of his group.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did Rocket become a leader, he also found another pseudo family with this group again. And then Drax, he was able to become. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Drax's ending especially was wonderful. Because in Guardians of the Galaxy 1, we see that Drax is hell-bent on revenge, wanting to take out Ronan the Accuser due to him killing his family. Mm-hmm. And so he, like, you killed my wife and daughter. So that's the last time we heard a mention of
his
Drax,
family.
like, not of his family, but like that's the first time we hear that Drax is like, I'm not stopping until I get my mission done. Mm-hmm. Having been the Director Destroyer, and at the end of the movie, he gets 20 fucking kids, man.
Pretty much.
And he comes to that again.
Pretty much.
He gets a second chance, and it's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. It's, yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in this movie. I would say I'll go ahead and give my thoughts too. So my whole idea with the movie, probably my favorite part with this whole movie was just Rocket's backstory. Rocket's backstory was definitely the drive that held this movie together, and it just made for one of the I guess I could say one of the best backstories that we've seen in the MCU by far, aside from other characters that we've seen in the past, like Tony Stark and Captain America and Spider-Man. Even though technically we didn't see his origin, his origin in a way, his first origin, yeah. But other than that, like this is probably one of my favorite origin story movies, even though it's technically it's supposed to be like the threequel, and it still makes for a good origin story movie. But like, Rocket is probably like my favorite character out of this entire movie, just because the spotlight was on him the entire time. I really enjoyed how they handled each character, and how each of them got their moment to shine. Even though and like, it's not like Rocket was like, even though this was Rocket's movie, he didn't outshine everybody in the movie. Everybody got their everyone got their piece of the pie, if you know what I'm saying.
It felt very D&D. Like, it felt very like wait, I'm sorry, I didn't want to.
No, you're good.
Like, my initial thoughts, like, during the movie and after. During the movie, I felt like I was witnessing a cinematic version of D&D. Because up when I got to the, like, what is it? The person's down. Everybody's, like, doing a fetch quest. Mm-hmm. Then you have a crunch time.
Yeah.
Then, like, shit. So, here we go again. Some other, whatever the hell. Person gets back up, and then y'all get thrown into a pit full of 3 abolets. I was excited as a motherfucker. Mm-hmm. And then during the movie, another good part where it was like Rocket's backstory, it was very like, I cried every single part. And when he was gonna die, bruh, I was about to say, like, you can't fucking kill Rocket. You can't. Y'all, I know y'all did this shit with Iron Man. I know y'all did this shit with many other people, but, like, the way that he was gonna go, I was actually gonna accept Rocket's death at that point. I was like,
yeah,
you lived a really good life. This is gonna look like Ace from fucking One Piece.
Damn.
But goddamn.
Damn, bro.
And people who haven't seen One Piece, at this point, and y'all gonna get mad at me about the Ace shit. Okay, get faster. Let's read that faster than the manga can keep up. Let's go ahead and keep going. It's not a spoiler. You gotta get to Paramount War and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. But nah, yeah, like, I would say, and then another really good moment in the movie as well, I would say, definitely when Kraglin unlocks the arrow.
Dude.
Like when Kraglin, like the moment when he when he pulled out the arrow, and then out of nowhere you just hear, "Use your heart, boy." Man, I was finna ball, man.
Look, I don't think a lot of people, in my opinion, Yondu had 2 kids, alright? He had Peter Quill, who he actually saw as his kid, like as his son. And then, even though it was never like specified or said or spoken about, I fully believe that
there had to be a category for like.
I feel like what was his name?
Kraglin.
Kraglin.
already forgetting shit.
It wasn't even like he was even a prominent member of the movie. It was like, oh man, he has like young.
No, I didn't that's all. But no, yeah, Kraglin. I feel like Kraglin was all like he never actually said it or told Yondu because he was captain. But I feel like Kraglin definitely felt like he was Yondu's son, or Yondu was definitely like a father figure for him. So that's why it was like so emotional for him. It was like because you saw how he reacted when Yondu first died. Yo, he was sad because he thought he wasn't going to get Ravager's funeral. Because previously in the same movie, they said you will never hear the chord, like you will never get the Ravager death because of what you did, Yondu. And the people who side with you also. So it was like when he got that, it was. And then Peter gave him Kraglin the arrow, solidifying the fact that hey, Yondu would have wanted you to have this, but you were Yondu's son, bro. Or you were one of his kids, bro.
Nah, like that's honestly facts. That's honestly facts, and just the fact that he like even just taking up the arrow itself and just basically filling in Yondu's shoes essentially, it just worked. It just worked. But other than that, like what did you guys think of the new character Adam Warlock?
I'm gonna be honest. I can't get past. He looks like somebody that I've seen on Disney or some Disney movie. Like, okay, no. Mini rant is not gonna go long. Literally, he looks like the fucking like what you would see in a movie that is akin to either Spy Kids trilogy or the Starboy and Lava Girl, huh?
Have you seen the Maze Runner trilogy?
Yeah, I've seen the Maze Runner trilogy.
You know what they're doing with the eyebrows?
The eyebrows. I mean, he looks like a Neanderthal. Like, he kind of looks like a fucking...
Right.
So he has, like, one of those overhang eyebrows.
Okay,
like,
funny enough, I don't know if you would count this as a Disney movie, because I don't know if it was made by Disney, but he was in the third Narnia movie.
That's what I remember! The fuck... Oh my god!
He was like that chubby little kid. I think he was like the chubby kid from Narnia. I think that was his character. I don't know, I remember him from that movie
I just
specifically.
couldn't take him seriously. Like he's supposed to be like Space Jesus, but like I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, what it was because you heard the high
priestess.
High priestess. He was removed from his cocoon too early. He's like a newborn child, bro.
Yeah, like no, he legitimately acted like a child.
Like, bro, he don't know what's going on. He's just like, oh, hey, you tell me what to do, and I'm like, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah.
Show him what we're made of. Immediately incineration.
Like, no, what y'all never taught him
common sense.
Not even common sense, but like, you never taught him the human part of this shit. Y'all just said, fuck it, get you going. Bro, what are you talking about? Can you kick me out of the right before you put me on a motorcycle? What are you doing?
No, that's honestly facts.
It's like, hey, I know you do not understand anything at all, or even the facet of why you're here and how you're moving. But we need you to fly to this raccoon real quick. Just one quick little good dawn.
And then they pretend to be like, he's supposed to be like this god or something, right? Why did y'all tell this nigga that he can get hurt? Because this motherfucker, that's the only reason he stopped this attack on nowhere in the first part of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because he said, whoa.
Right.
What the fuck are we talking about?
No, because when he first the first thing he did on Nowhere, like when he came to Nowhere. Plus, I don't know if anybody's been seeing the Adam Warlock memes when he's just like flying through space and it's just like cutting like. Zooming in on his face as he's flying into Nowhere. It's this funny meme that's going around TikTok lately. But the first thing that he did on Nowhere, literally the first thing, rammed straight in the rocket through a couple walls, knocked him out for a second, and then he started fighting everybody. It was automatically on sight when he got there. He's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get Rocket. I'm going to go ahead and take him back to High Evolutionary, and I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to save my people. Because that's literally the reason why he did it. He did it so that he could save his people, because to be honest, High Evolutionary, he did not care about his creations at all. Like, he was creating different societies left and right and stuff. He created Counter Earth. He created the Sovereign. He created a lot of different societies. Even Orgo Corp, which Orgo Corp is.
I really hope someone's going to make a Leatherface.
Orgo Corp was just Orgo Corp. Just the design of that whole thing. It just it was so nasty to look at. But still, though, like he tried to get the credit for bringing Rocket back to the High Evolutionary because he wanted to help save his people. Because, to be honest, we didn't really know what was going on. They never really explained what was happening with his people, whether or not they were like on the verge of being destroyed or something like that. But
I think what it was that, because when he failed the first time, the high priestess knew about Rocket's existence for years, and never told the priest. Never told the High Evolutionary, who had been looking for him. So that's one reason why they had used up one strike. The second strike was they used Adam failing to get Rocket out of nowhere. Hell, the only reason that Rocket was even close to being grabbed was because the Guardians brought him back to Counter Earth.
That's true.
That's the only reason that they were close to being taken, grabbed, or anything.
Pretty much. But other than that, like.
So when they had those two chances like burned up, the Evolutionary was like, I will kill you and go to sleep, bro, as if nothing happened. If I don't get this, if you don't bring me this rat, if you don't bring me this rat, I'm gonna kill y'all. Period, point blank. And so he was like, all right, I gotta save my people, dog, because that's the one thing I truly do understand.
I'm only going to call High Evolutionary Leatherface because I'm really disappointed that they didn't make a whole ass Leatherface joke when they peeled his motherfucking face back. I was like, either that or
what the fuck happened to his face?
Well, no, he said, like, the moment his face got peeled off, he looked at Rocket. He said, "Look what you did to me."
Rocket didn't even do that. I'm like, damn it.
I mean, to be honest,
motherfucker was missing a whole island and everything.
No, like, motherfucker.
Out with the foreign lower jaw, missing. Nigga wasn't talking shit.
Motherfucker out here looking like Two-Face's older cousin.
I swear to God.
No, because he's missing part of his mouth.
Too. It's called asphalt.
Asphalt. That's
it's
crazy.
not even a type of face. It's just asphalt.
That's crazy. But no, like even
road rash.
Road rash. No, nah. but no, like even in the backstory too, we saw like when like I said, this is spoilers. So and to be honest, it was kind of. You could already tell from like the subtle cues of what was happening, but like after Lila gets killed, after she gets killed by High Evolutionary, Rocket just loses it and scratches the fuck out of High Evolutionary.
Because here's the thing that kills me about that scene specifically. This was I think when my first watch through was Floor basically telling Rocket, we gotta go, bro. We gotta go now. Stop. We gotta go. He just called for backup. She was basically just telling him, let's go. Come on, grab me, let's go.
Right.
I'm sorry about Lila, but we gotta go. If we wanna live, we gotta go now.
Pretty much, yeah. And I'm not even gonna lie. I was trying to figure out what Floor was saying because I was like,
Rocket take Floor, we go now. She was saying, Rocket take Floor, and we go. She was saying, let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
We about to die because he just killed our mom. Though. Let's roll.
Pretty much.
Right? She was the mom. You was there. And she just died. Let's roll, bro. We can't stay. We gotta go.
I was fucking so mad. It's taking a lot.
And two, and it made that scene in itself too is just like like it was so sad because even right after Lila got shot and she fell to the floor, the only thing Rocket could do was just sit there and just he cried out. Seeing him cry out like that, like it really hit me. It really hit me for real because it was just one of those moments, man. Like it just really gets you too. It really gets you, but still, like other than that, he's
Rex boy.
Nah, man.
he scratched the fuck out of his face though. He scratched the shit.
He fucking should. Fuck that nigga. I'm really. Ooh, I'm so disappointed that he has to live. No, I know, don't get now. Here I go in the comments. Julius, him loving the niggas don't learn. Niggas don't learn. The reason why we have. Okay, you ever have Punisher? Like, what's a reoccurring villain for Punisher?
For Punisher,
exactly.
Yeah, none of them.
You do not leave your enemy alive to come back and get that.
That's true.
You go, if they attack you first, if they you kill them, and then you
fucking hate this trope in superhero movies. That's the one thing I fucking hate, is that let the hero have their moment of weakness. Like, this nigga just killed and did a lot of shit, and you gonna just talk no jutsu and lock this nigga in a prison? No, you're gonna get down there and get out later.
Now let's talk about it. Let's talk. The High Evolutionary, not only did he do fuck shit to Rocket, think about the planet we were on.
Nah.
Blew up.
No. The moment he pulled his ship out of Counter Earth, everybody died. Everybody died.
There were kids there, parents, all of them.
Whole families. Whole families.
Whole governments, fucking nations upon themselves.
And
revered him as God and only to take it away.
And High Evolutionary basically was like, yeah, fuck them kids.
Yeah, it basically was like, when you make a mistake, you gotta start over. You gotta wipe the board fresh.
And you know what, too?
Those are kids. What do you mean, man?
And you know what, too?
That's a damn shame, cuz.
Damn, you didn't even have to say that they were just slinging crack. You know what? I'm like,
now.
Oh,
what did you do, cuz?
These people ain't bothered. She didn't even fucking teach them anything. You just created them and just said, oh, well, okay. And then fucking destroyed the planet and made a fucking giant doomsday because you're not happy because you don't have a perfect. Okay, first off, we don't even know what he means by perfect. Like, he's never shown perfection.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I feel like the closest thing he did to perfection was the Sovereign, was it not?
I want to say
Because they have an organized system.
yeah.
I think it's between the Sovereign and probably Orgo Corp. Probably Orgo Corp.
Yeah, but that was just like they were money laundering. That's all that was.
That was just the cartel, bro. That was just basically
That's true.
like
True.
Maybe what he did was, y'all want to make me look good while I'm doing the most devious shit over here, bro.
Pretty much.
Appreciate us and that.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't do shit. They were helping the galaxy. They were just like, yeah, I guess you could. And then they were Amazon.
Yeah.
Definitely just Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
Space Bezos.
Yeah.
Call him Space Bezos or Space.
Nah, not even. I don't know about Space Bezos. Maybe.
Bezos?
Nah, like.
Does that mean that Jeff Bezos is trying to become the High Evolutionary?
Nah.
Pretty much, yeah.
More like Space Lion King or something. Not Space Lion King, but Space Tiger King. That's what I was going for.
I've never seen Tiger.
Space Tiger.
I've seen like bits and pieces of it, but it's like
I only seen that. I only know that one.
I only know everybody only knows that one line. But all right, real quick. So I'm gonna ask y'all a couple questions real quick. So what to y'all? What was the funniest scene in that entire movie?
The car scene with Nebula, Peter, and he was like, look at the button, the key button. There you go. Now what? What the fuck?
The one where he was like trying to drive away.
No, that was a good one too. That was a good one too.
Because the name of the guy is not even 3 seconds earlier, Nebula was struggling, right?
Yeah.
And Peter took off, was like, yeah, how you fucking up? Bitch, you couldn't open the door. You get behind the wheel. You couldn't even open the fucking door. So we gotta go through it again.
No, the exchange with them two was, I don't want to drive. I don't want to do it.
No.
I would have. Do you want me to drive?
That was that. I'll be honest. That scene is pretty hilarious.
Nebula grown. Nebula has grown from like a fucking angsty villain to an angsty teen.
True.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? It's all family dynamic.
I'd say probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie, or at least like a scene that stood out to me is when they're at OrgoCorp and then Mantis is like telling people like, "Oh, you're a kitty cat. Oh, you're this." He made that one guy dance. It's like, nah. He was.
Bro, it is gritty. I was gonna.
Nah,
I'm so mad.
He was hitting the meat. I don't know what. I want to say that was like a evolved version of the Nene, but he was hitting that shit though. He was getting it though, but like it was definitely that scene. A lot of the scenes at the OrgoCorp,
the funny scene from OrgoCorp is when they're in that decompression room.
Yeah, and
they're like, Peter's like, yeah, that's the kid, the boss's nephew. He's a little. Oh, I got one of those too.
No, it's the fact that
this guy, love him. He's awesome.
Yeah. No, it's the fact. It's the fact
he's at him for fucking 5 minutes.
It's the fact that he said it right in front of him too. It's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in this movie.
He had personal life beef with that bro.
I swear to God. Bro,
I have no name, no nothing, not a single fuck given about him.
That's another thing why I like it's the fact that they showed the people that they were going to fight first, and their personal shit before they
actually,
so it's even funnier when you have the context.
Yeah,
why they don't even like them.
Yep.
Now because the character nearly got a shoot the character so they know we're serious.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
Carrot Dude was like, "Oh my God, what?" He's like,
"What?" Bro, he just got rehired from VeggieTales.
Not VeggieTales.
No, that was Groot's fucking the strange uncle,
bro.
He knows Groot because he's a carrot, bro. That's right.
Oh my God.
His name has to be Drew Gardner.
That's racist, bro.
All right, but no, those a lot of those scenes were very, very good.
Foliage, you know.
He's racist. So you know Jay-Z because you're black, right?
Oh my God. Okay. All right. All right.
But you get the premise, right?
All right.
The audience get the premise.
All right. Moving on though. So, by the end of this movie, who was your favorite character by the end of this movie? Who was your favorite character?
It's 5. It's a 5. It's a 5 for me.
It's a 5?
It's 5.
I will keep that. It was really the entire audience.
Okay. It was. This is not in any order.
Okay, go ahead.
This as you will. It only goes in levels of like how like what lines and roles they've like dealt in the movie, and how they've affected, and how they kind of not carried the movie, but kind of was good with it.
But like it was special in their own way.
Facts. Number 1 has to be Floor. She was so innocent. She looked so scary, but she was so innocent. And like, bruh, she did not have to die like that. Ooh. One thing y'all should know about me, I love bunnies and cute small animals. I hate that.
And you really call her cute after what she had, bitch.
Well, she looked scary, but she looked cute scary.
The bitch, like, she had the dog.
Okay, I've never seen Chainsaw Man, but I always see the weird plushy little monster. If I seen that in real life, I'll be scared that there's a fucking chainsaw coming out of this guy's head. But I'm still gonna be like, oh, you get little pets because you get little belly scratches and all the extra shit. Like, goddamn it! Just because they have metal coming out of their fucking skin, But no, it was floored because, man, she was so adorable. Just funny.
She's just so innocent, man.
I swear to God, she was innocent. She was literally saying, "Let's go, Rocket. We gotta go," and just died because she didn't want to. Rocket second. Because even though he didn't really do much in the movie because he was fucking dying, I really liked his backstory and got to know Rocket. Because before I was like, fuck Rocket, man. Like, he ain't really that nigga. He's just Groot's dad. And Groot's dad's a piece of shit. So, like, let's go ahead.
Groot's dad wasn't even a piece of shit.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't a piece of shit.
The original Groot's dad, because Rocket is his adopted father.
Yeah. No, like,
Groot from GLC
facts. I didn't like the first Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1.
What?
I didn't like. I did not like Rocket and how he was a dick. I didn't like anyone on that.
Okay, let me ask you this: it did not justify the way he was acting, considering his
yes, it is now justified with this movie. Like, I'm not whatever the fuck. No, it is justified because of this movie, but I did not like him in the first movie, but I did like him more in the second because he was more caring. Like, it was something about, like, you could tell that he was hiding something, right? You could tell that he was hiding something in the first movie, and he was, like, making a super big deal, but they never fucking said anything. That's why I hated him for it. It's like,
he didn't hide it. Okay, it's like a little.
Well, I didn't hate him because he didn't share his shit. No, I hated how he acted.
It's a little discrepancy, but not a really big. Because he did say that night he was drunk in Nowhere when they first went to Nowhere. He's like, "Do you have any idea how it feels to be torn open, ripped apart, and put back together over and over again?" And he's like, "We never talked about it. They never really talked about it."
Forgot about that shit.
It wasn't until that movie where they were like, "Yo,
they didn't even show it.
Fuck.
They didn't even show the shit."
No, like we heard it,
but we heard it.
No, we heard it, and all of them was like just they were all taken aback. They were all taken aback. Like they all felt bad.
Y'all really love emotion was crazy because even the fact that Nebula, mind you, even in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was like every time I lost, my father replayed no, that wasn't Guardians. I think that was Infinity War.
No, it was Guardians 2.
But every time I lost, my father replayed the part of me in order to get better. Like they try to be Gamora. For her to basically say that was worse, like what Rocket went through was worse than what she went through. And then when we saw Nebula in Infinity War 1, Infinity War, we saw how she was hanging by thread and put together.
Yeah.
For her to be like, yeah.
Like,
I evolutionary gotta go.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
No, like it's the fact too that it wasn't they didn't even think about it for a second. Like it was no second thought. They were just like, all right, yeah, we gotta go ahead and take him down. We gotta go ahead and get our we gotta get.
That was like settle.
Yeah, let's go. They were like, let's go.
Put his coordinates in the fucking thing. Let's roll,
bruh. If y'all like, here's my thing. If y'all like how they pulled up in this movie, imagine that and this slight One Piece rant. That's how the pull-ups are in One Piece. I love that movie because it brought that same fucking energy. When the way they pulled up on fucking Evolutionary or fucking Leatherface, Space Face or Space God or whatever the fuck y'all want to call him, Space, whatever, Space Warlock Man. Fucking, I was hyped. I was scared. I thought everybody was gonna fucking die. I thought, bruh, they pulled off such a fucking incredible feat in like basically what in real time 5 fucking minutes.
Probably, yeah.
Like how the fuck when they found the children, I was fucking scared. I was like, bro, are these children going through the same shit? Like,
here's the thing. I don't think they were. Because hear me out. I don't think they were due to the fact that the reason he wanted Rocket, the reason why he wanted Rocket was because Rocket actually thought and developed, he evolved without the need of high evolutionary. That's what he wanted. That's what he gave the perfect society, was that they could be self-sufficient without need.
Mm-hmm.
So when he saw that Rocket knew something that he didn't, that he figured out something that he didn't, that's why he wanted it. Because every time he programmed those kids, they could do what he wanted them to do. They knew what he knew.
But self-sufficiency.
But they didn't know how to adapt.
Yeah,
they didn't know how to build stuff.
Pretty much. Like they knew how to build stuff, but it's the fact that they don't know how to operate on their own without.
They didn't know how to build anything new.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to take parts from machine A, parts from machine B to make machine C.
Pretty much.
Unless high evolutionary told them.
Like they basically he was just trying to find a way to create the perfect society where he didn't have to hold their hand.
Yeah. I don't have to watch it. They'll be smart and adapting. So that's how I think it was. And a thing that I noticed, and I only noticed in my second watch through, was when it didn't apply to the other three as well.
Wait, what do you mean?
His thought process, since he knew how to build stuff, like make stuff basically out of nothing. Wouldn't that also apply to the others? Because think about
like T's floor and Lila.
Yeah, because think about it. T said he's been thinking. So I mean, it's a basic thought, like it's a basic function that the high evolutionary through the process. But at the same time, so was Rocky.
I want to. Well, maybe two. I think that the four of them kind of represented the three different thought, like the way each one of them, like I don't know. I guess the different levels of their thinking process. I guess so. Like Floor really couldn't process words all that well.
Yeah,
because she was saying, like, basically she was kind of speaking in bizarro terms, like me is Floor, or like, you know, something like that. And then T's like he said he was thinking, and then they were like thinking about what? He's like, oh no, I've just been thinking. It's like he's starting to, like, you know, starting to process stuff.
I mean, that could either be a form of daydreaming or dreaming, like just you know, just thinking about random stuff.
Yeah, and then Lila is just kind of like, Lila just seemed more like the standard, but then you get to Rocket, and then Rocket is just like, he's like
a step above standard.
He's a step above standard, but really like, if you want to go there, like it explains why he's smarter than high evolutionary, because he was a step above him essentially. And that's another thing too. He didn't like the fact that a creature that he made was a step above him in terms of his thought process, in terms of thinking. So it's essentially the reason why it led to him wanting Rocket's brain, just because he was like, his brain, he was like this creature was able to figure out something that I didn't think of, that I didn't realize. And he kind of detested it a lot. You could see it too. He detested it, but to be honest, he got what he got what was coming to him.
It's
I'm gonna say
classic story of like. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's the classic story of like man builds like some, like, what is it? If y'all ever
builds
seen
robot
yeah,
smarter
if
than
you've
man.
ever seen fucking
Yep.
iRobot, if you've ever seen iRobot, then you know what I'm fucking talking about.
No,
where, like,
I got you.
man builds robot is seen, or man builds thing is viewed as lesser because man built thing, but then thing gets smarter than the man who built it, and then dude gets like shitty and starts throwing a whole tantrum.
Yep.
With that part where he got fucking like standoff.
Yeah.
Like he got like fucking, like everybody pulled fucking eyes. Like it was just like, bro, we're taking over. This is an obsession.
Yeah.
He
wiped everybody out in the room.
Bruh.
He wiped everybody out. And
he was willing to kill his own operation to do that.
Yeah. But other than that, like to be honest, like I would say great movie, great villain, and yeah. But anyways,
He reminded me a lot about Dr. Eggman though, because like
low key. Well, aside from the fact that he didn't really build machines.
well, Fun
No,
fact.
that was a Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, like Dr. Eggman made these things called badniks, and badniks were basically animals trapped in fucking suits of armor.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Yeah, like they were basically the main generator to power these robots. Yeah, the lore about Sonic gets really dark.
Ooh.
Yeah, man was using like birds as slaves, like robotic slaves, and like there was a thing called a roboticizer where imagine what
I know what the roboticizer is.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But for those who don't know, the roboticizer is the imagine rockets treatment, but put it in a box, and then out the next time you have like a cybernetic like version of what they are.
Yep.
And you're completely under the command of who put you in there.
Basically, yeah. Well, actually, it's reminding me of something else, but I can't think of it because I remember there was this like movie or show that had something similar to that. I can't remember it right now, which I'm kind of mad about. But no, I definitely understand what you mean. But anyways, I think there.
You never finished your list of favorite characters.
Oh yeah, you never did finish your list.
It was Floor, Rocket. I did not like Quill in this movie.
Wow.
Did not. I get why he's hurt, but he reminded me too much about Thor, like how sad he was in Endgame, and like
Fair.
it was like fuck. We already see it. We get it. You fucked up. You failed.
Mm-hmm.
Boo hoo, nigga. But at the same time, it's like fuck. I feel for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't like. I just and for those at home, I understand the bullshit with the actor. I understand. We all know he's a piece of shit, but at the same time, keep it a whatever the fuck.
Wait, which actor?
Well, fucking like Chris Pratt.
What made him a piece of shit?
I don't know. Someone said he's a piece of shit.
He
I don't
not.
know.
He not
A
though.
piece. I don't know.
I'm so confused. That felt so like.
I was like,
Piece of shit. Either way, like I just don't fucking like Star Trek.
bro, right.
Sometimes
I mean, to be fair,
one of Chris is a piece of shit. One of the Chris's is a piece of shit in Marvel, and I don't know who it is. Fun fact.
I
Because
don't.
there's two Chris's that are in like.
there are
Three Chris.
Oh shit! This is how far flung I am from Marvel. Okay, Jesus, don't make fun of me.
Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth, right?
Yeah.
One of them's a piece of shit. One of them's a piece of shit.
Whoa!
What's up? I'm looking up who's the.
You got one of these niggas just got called a strike, bro.
Right.
This guy strike
Okay.
out of
All
nowhere.
right. To be honest, look, you don't have to look that up because we could talk about that later. Because I have no clue what you meant by that. I have not heard anything about that.
Rights are revoked.
Either that or you just high. But
Yeah, you know what? I cannot confirm or deny this.
bro, okay, look, all right. Anyways,
I genuinely
No,
thought.
you know what? You gave us three. We'll take three and go.
Yeah, take
yeah,
the three.
we'll take the three. All right, Elon.
Mantis is the favorite. No, Mantis is the fucking favorite. She has so much goddamn personality. This motherfucker. Amazing.
All right,
My favorite character would have to be the High Evolution.
really?
Because here we are.
How?
Okay, no!
Hold on.
For those at home, he likes it.
Wait. Whoa.
What did you say?
What did he say?
Hear me out. I get his premise.
Oh, you get his premise, huh?
Yeah, he wanted to make a perfect society, which is, I get it. I mean, as Quill said in the movie, I don't need to hear whatever bullshit reason that because your mother didn't hug you enough. Like, he said that, well, he was pretty honest about it. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's right. But at the same time, that motherfucker really just sat there while Rocket was screaming his lungs out. He was like, ah, shut the fuck up. You really did where? Shut up, bitch. I don't want to fucking care. Like, bro, it was kind of hilarious.
he
The
was.
reason he's my favorite character is because he didn't care.
He
Bro,
really
he
didn't.
was like, I don't care about the rules.
He's
the
one of the-
laws, none of it. I'm doing it because I want to.
He's one of the few villains where he was like, I could give less than 2 fucks.
When you see that, when the past Marvel movies have been nothing that, oh, I'm only doing this for this reason. Oh, I changed my mind because you talk to me now.
Uh-huh.
Or, oh, you cured me so I can go home finally now. Or some other bullshit. Motherfucker, fuck that, bro. I'm doing this because it's fun. It's funny. I'm doing this because I want to learn and experiment. And that nigga said, fuck what the rules say, fuck the laws, and y'all want to come at me, I got some deformed mutahumans or metapigs and whatnot to kill y'all.
Keep in mind, this is like, fucking go around that school, I don't know how to this brotherhood.
No. Broski knew what the deal was.
This is, you haven't seen it yet, you can watch or listen to that now. This is
Broski knew what he wanted to do.
sounds like a villain from that show.
Broski knew what he wanted to do, and he knew that nobody could stop him. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had the power to stop him.
Not really.
Guardians of the Galaxy thought he was God.
Yeah.
So even if y'all did like bring a litany of planets together to come attack the High Evolution, he could then bring his litany of planets together and have niggas dying for him.
True.
So how you develop this nigga was going to be the villain. This nigga was going to be the villain at the end of the day. So it didn't matter, bro. He knew what he wanted. He knew what to do. He knew the laws.
Yeah.
He still went for it. He didn't give a shit.
Yeah. I mean, you make a fair point. You make a fair point. Oh my god. But anyways.
Thirsty.
No, motherfucker, pack me the water, bitch.
But anyways, for my favorite character, I'll say that my favorite character from Guardians 3. I mean, I guess I probably sound basic when I say it, but it's got to be Rocket.
He's such
Like-
a basic bitch.
Wow.
I literally said I didn't
The
want.
main character of their own fucking movie.
Well,
No, okay, I was doing it in a reference to
No,
the podcast.
no, it's
about Pop-Tart.
no, it's cool. Like, Rocket to me is just like one of the best. Like, to be honest, he's probably the best Guardian out of the whole team, aside from Groot. Because Rocket's probably the only one who actually has some common fucking sense.
Full kaiju.
Nah, Kaiju Groot was actually pretty dope, but still, like it's just like, you know, Rocket and Groot, they're like the best pair. They're the best duo in arguably the best duo in the MCU. I'm not.
The movie was fucking Hulk size.
No, for real.
Oh,
No, he was bigger than Hulk. Shit.
Where was he? Where was he?
no, because but I want to say this. This dude has evolved from his father.
Yep.
Because usually when a group gets torn apart, they have to start a whole new body.
Yep.
Basically a son is born.
Yep.
This one wasn't. His body got torn apart, and he just grew himself back.
Yep. Well, because his head didn't get destroyed.
And that's the prerequisite not to have the head destroyed.
I guess so. Because when Groot died in the first movie, like he was like dead. Like
Yeah, I mean, he turned into a bunch of splinters. I mean, not splinters, but a bunch of twigs.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
yeah. Well,
here's my, because he grew sentience from one twig.
yeah.
So
I think as long as you plant part of them.
that's my question is like, where do you draw the line at Groot's immortality?
I mean, I want to say that as long as his head is still intact, that he could still regrow himself like he did in the movie. And then like the whole Kaiju Groot thing, like Kaiju Groot is like, I mean, like it's just like when they told him to go full Kaiju, he just like it's nothing.
He grew
Like
himself.
he basically just grew himself, but at a faster rate. He grew himself at a faster rate.
That's why I'm asking, like, where do you draw the line at his ability?
When Groot was trying to grab Star-Lord at the end,
Dog,
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, that I really thought he was finna die too. But nah, like Groot, like Rocket and Groot, like definitely I'll say this. Rocket and Groot are most definitely like my two of my favorite characters. Two of my favorite characters out of this movie. And honestly, quite honestly, out of this entire franchise, I will say that right now. A close third is most definitely Star-Lord because I am a music head. I love music, and I just like bards. I'm a D&D nerd, and I love bards. But anyways, final thoughts on the movie?
It was pretty good. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10? Wait, what about you, Elon?
it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It was the whole, in a whole, Guardians 3 was the perfect ending, like the perfect goodbye to this team of Guardians.
Yeah.
And them all getting their own story, man, just going off to find yourself. Drax and Nebula for building nowhere to be like a safe haven of sorts, along with it was the perfect ending for the trilogy of Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's the biggest thing. Like we saw everybody go off to their respective parts of Nebula, Drax basically raising the city, making it a safe haven. Mantis going on her own, Peter going back home, Rocket leading the team, and Gamora finding a new place. The Gamora from 2014 finding a new place to be.
Yep.
Now, there's no claim that she's going to go back to the Gamora we knew that we watched, but
She probably never will.
it's still the good. She's still growing as a person. So
Yeah. I would say like I probably.
Trying to rebound.
What's your ranking?
my ranking of the MCU trilogy.
Oh no. Ranking the movie.
Oh man, I'll give it a solid. I'm gonna say 8.9 out of 10.
8.9. Okay.
Don't get me wrong, it's a good movie. There are things where I would like to see it a little bit differently done. Like, I don't know. I can't even say I don't know what I want to like. See that evolutionary day. He might be my favorite character. I can't forgive you for what you put my boy Rocket through. So I just gotta get my give back for him.
Understandable.
That and it would have been nice to see at least one of the Guardians dead, truly. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I get the shock factor of all of them like that. Because at one point, like, there were the three possible deaths, right? Were Peter, Rocket, and Drax. And here's the thing: each one of them had the respective recovery and whatnot as expected. But Rocket was the only one that actually had a chance of survivability. Because one, Drax can't really be harmed like that unless it's a heavy weapon, which he did get attacked with the heavy weapon twice.
Yeah.
I thought that motherfucker was dead, like shot through the chest or something.
Yeah.
But yet he survived.
I mean,
and Peter Quill, the only reason, I don't know if the only reason he's still alive is due to the fact that he had celestial DNA or whatever the fuck coursing through his blood. Like,
I guess so, but like I would say because you're talking about the when he's out in space, right?
Just last Guardian movie when we see Yondu's the loyal half of Yondu's troop getting ejected in space,
dead instantly. Yeah.
We see it happen to Yondu later in that movie where he flies up to space and he's freezing over.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's your body with something like that. So, Peter, how the fuck do you keep surviving this shit?
That's a very good question. I mean, the crazy,
judging that.
the crazy,
I don't care about that.
the
Shit you be doing. I'm gonna put a bullet in you.
no the
Survive that, bitch. Select your DNA that. See if you survive a fucking 50 cal to the dome, bitch.
the crazy part about that too, it's like
I'm not like the other wizards.
it's the fact that the crazy part about that is the fact that it went so far to where like his face started bloating up too.
Exactly.
Like his face
I feel
started
like at
blowing
that
up.
point you're packing up, Chief. You're not going back to Earth.
My thing is like, why are y'all taking so long to save somebody? from the vacuum of space. I'm gonna just be honest with that.
I feel like it was a slow-mo.
It probably was.
Wasn't it though? Because this dude was looking at him for a solid. I felt like an eternity, and if I was in that person, I would be like, bro, why the fuck are you taking so long? Can you please save me?
Nah, because Adam Warlock did have time to.
It's not like he's affected. He's fucking space Jesus. You can't tell me that. Oh, dude was just flying from fucking Century City all the way to Rocket and just boom went to nowhere. And don't be like, oh man, he just knows his powers. No, he has enough time to be like, boom, boom. Like it's not even a whole long distance. It's literally just another body. He's strong as shit.
You know what I just realized too.
I'm sorry, I got so mad.
No, it's fine,
man.
You know what I just realized about that part too, where Adam Warlock saves him. That part where they like pose for a second. It's like the reference to like obviously it's the reference to like God creating Like, or God meeting Adam or whatever. But I think I saw this thing where it was like it's like the reverse. So like Adam, like him being kind of like space Jesus in a way, but he's like a God created by a man saving a half God essentially. So it's like that, but in reverse. It was actually kind of cool how they did that.
All about like you would say your rankings or your thoughts on the movie.
Yeah. Like my thoughts on the movie itself. It was just. It's a great finale to the Guardians movie, to the Guardians franchise as a whole. At least as far as just that specific team in of itself. Like I said before, every character got their moment to shine. They had a lot of great moments in the movie that are honestly, like some moments that are maybe a little forgettable, but some moments that will last for a while. Definitely one of my favorite movies thus far, since at least, like I said, since No Way Home. I think it's the best movie since No Way Home. I don't think it's better than maybe slightly better than Endgame, slightly better, but at the same time, it's.
I actually agree with you on that. Like it's better than Endgame.
It's close. It's close. Mm-hmm.
This is back on the Peter Quill thing.
Yeah.
What happened with him?
That's the other thing. Now, before you start ranting, so the director James,
stop. He's like, hold the horse, man. Hold the horse.
The director James Gunn actually came out and tweeted he tweeted out a bunch of answers that people had questions about. The questions about his helmet and his rocket boots. So the helmet apparently he answered with, since they were in such a rush to leave nowhere to go save Rocket. He left his helmet. He left his helmet in the drawer of back on Nowhere. So he just left it on Nowhere. The same thing with the rocket boots. He actually doesn't have the rocket boots anymore because in Guardians 2, if you remember, he ditched the rocket boots for jetpacks because Rocket made everybody jetpacks. So that's the answer for that. And for those who probably also don't know, James Gunn also came out and recently said that the High Evolutionary is alive. He's still alive. He's just in prison on Nowhere. Which, to be honest, serves him fucking right, because he did all the shit to Rocket, killed his friends, extinguished an entire race of people which he created. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's that type of deal where it's like death is too good for him. So we'll just go ahead and let him be in jail. Now, I get where people are saying like, oh, they should just go ahead and kill him. But in all honesty, I mean, I think that he deserves to be caged up like an animal, like how he caged up Rocket and his friends and all those children that he pretty much tried to genetically modify and whatnot. But yeah, other than that, I would give Guardians at least a 9 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 movie. But like I said, one of the best movies that's come out thus far in a while. And yeah, that's about as much as I have to say. But okay, and now with that being said, we're going to go ahead and give our rankings of all the MCU trilogies as of right now, with Guardians 3 basically being the end to what is essentially is a pretty good trilogy. But anyways, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. So I'll go first in ranking my trilogy. So this is just in order for me. So at number 6, I got Thor. I mean, if anyone knows, it probably isn't a surprise considering the fact that Thor is kind of lackluster for me. It had like 2 movies to kind of get it right, and even though Love and Thunder really shouldn't be counted as part of the trilogy, even though it's a 4th movie, it just didn't really do a whole lot for me in terms of just, well, it just didn't do. Like I said, it had 2 chances to get the character right, and on the 3rd one it did pretty well, but then after that it just kind of fell back down for me. Number 5 is Ant-Man. Again, I really like Ant-Man. The first Ant-Man is probably among my top 10 favorite MCU movies of all time. For me, though, I feel like Ant-Man and Ant-Man Quantumania was probably the only 2 good movies out of the franchise. I only like Ant-Man a bit more just due to the fact that it's a very good origin story movie. Quantumania I really like because, well, obviously it's got Kang in it. Kang is the best part of that movie. Aside from that, I couldn't really care less about the characters. On my number 4 is Iron Man. Again, same thing. Iron Man 1 is a classic to me. Iron Man 2 didn't really do a whole lot for me other than it just be what is essentially like MCU filler. I consider it MCU filler. Same thing with Iron Man 3, because even with that movie, you could argue that Iron Man 3 is kind of pointless, considering the fact that by the end of it, he destroys all of his suits, and by the time Age of Ultron comes around, he's back to being Iron Man. And yeah, so, you know, it's alright. Spider-Man is my number 3, mainly just because the first 2 movies, I mean, Homecoming was pretty well, as it reintroduced me to the character that a lot of people liked, and even though it's different from the previous 2 incarnations of that character, it still holds up well. Far From Home, it's a pretty forgettable movie for me, even though it takes place right after Endgame. It's pretty forgettable, even though it did a really big, it had one really big moment with it revealing Peter's identity at the end. And to be honest, No Way Home is the best movie out of that entire trilogy for me. Number 2. Now, to be honest, my number 2 and number 1 were so close because they were both very good. But I would have to put my number 2 is Captain America, and my number 1 is obviously Guardians of the Galaxy. Captain America, I put number 2. It's like each movie is pretty well established, especially for Captain America. I would say Civil War. I wouldn't really like. Civil War is it is a Captain America movie, but you could also argue with the fact that like Captain America 3, Civil War is like essentially Avengers 2.5, which, like, you know, a lot of like there's so many characters in Captain America that even though by the end of it you could tell that this is Cap's story, it's still like I feel like the other characters kind of outshine Captain America himself in his own movie. And then obviously Guardians of the Galaxy at my number 1 spot. It's just I just feel like consistently, like I think that the Guardians movie, aside from the first one just being a setup for the Infinity Stones for the rest of the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like each movie individually by itself does a very good job with it being consistent. Especially with the second and third movie being its own self-contained story and not having a whole lot to do with the outside of its own story or whatnot. But yeah, out of all the trilogies that have come out by far, Guardians is definitely my number 1 at the top of my list for sure. So who wants to go next on their list?
I'll go from like least enjoyable to not watch to also best that I think out of the entire trilogy.
That's fine.
Starting with number 5, Ant-Man. Yeah, because 2 of them tied, so I just call them 5.
Yep.
Fucking nerd.
Damn.
Unless you
the actual list. Cool. Number 6, since you want to be, actually, Elon, fucking, it's Ant-Man. It's the Ant-Man trilogy.
I will smack the holy hell out of you. I will smack the ever-living piss out of you, bro.
If y'all, for those at home,
I
looked at him dead in his eyes.
I will shake heaven, earth, and hell to snap the fuck out of you if you ever talk to me like that again, dog. You gonna have God and devil trying to peep tree to be like, all right, we gotta take this nigga out, bro. He's a threat. About the time I was getting done slapping the fuck out of you.
I love you, bro.
Nah, nigga.
Okay, but for number 6, or slash, for me, 5, is the fucking Ant-Man trilogy. I have not seen it. I don't wish to see it. It looks boring. And I just feel like I'm watching a Monty Python skit. And I don't think those are funny. So I'm like,
that's arguable.
So I'm like, damn, it's in the jokey phase of Marvel, and I don't like it. It's too much joke. Same with Thor, but Thor is a step above Ant-Man. At least I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen both Thor. Here's my thing. I seen Thor 1, and then I seen Thor 3, then I seen Thor 2. Then I was like, Thor's fucking weird as a character. I don't know what he wants to be, or what they want him to be. And I'm just like, damn, this is crazy. So I just didn't really enjoy it. Captain America goes, it's tied. It's tied with Thor. It's not better, it's not worse, it's just, the only good one was Winter Soldier. The only good one was that and Civil War. That was the only real good Captain America movie. And if y'all tell me that the first movie was good, you're telling me now I know who watches Grey's Anatomy and Marvel at the same time. That's how I can describe the first origin story Captain America movie. It was boring ass whatever. Iron Man is number 3 because nostalgia, because I'm a sucker for the second movie. I like
Wait, you like the second movie? What?
I like the second Iron Man movie. I'm one of those weird ones. Here's the story behind it though. My grandma, she owns all 3 of them and watches them religiously because Robert Downey Jr. is in it. And
the tracks.
Bro, she really loves Marvel, and she made me rewatch all of the Iron Man movies, all of the Marvel movies, and I just remember seeing Iron Man 2 the most, and I just really like the scene where he kind of transforms out of this little car.
The briefcase suit.
Yeah, I like that, where he's kind of just being like, all right, we got to go into business. I like the Tech Akira, what is it called? Transformations and shit.
Okay.
It's really cool. Guardians of the Galaxy is 2, but it's a close second to Spider-Man. Well, it's a close first to Spider-Man, sorry.
Okay.
So, Galaxy is ranked 2 because they're good family movies. They're dad movies. They're the movies that you bring your kids to in hopes of them having a good time and not being scarred for life about their favorite character. Those movies, especially 1 and 2, those were really gold family movies. But Spider-Man, I just really like Spider-Man. It's gonna be number 1 because I like Spider-Man. Fuck. This dude. The first movie was really great. I liked how they were kind of giving him a backstory, but not really because it's been overdone. And then the second one, it was Marvel said, it's kind of bland. It's unforgettable. It's really forgettable. It's very fuck. It's all I know is it looks like he's wearing a Spider Noir suit and he's out here trying to fight Mysterio and then gets blamed for shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one pieces a little bit of things together. And I felt so excited, but I'm also because it's like the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy with how Elon was like, yo, there could be some stuff that like could have changed. I wish that this thing would have like, what was it? I wish that things would have happened differently. I wish Peter would have killed Green Goblin. Because like the way he did everything, pinned everything, and just like shattered Peter's life. I wish that this dude like just, nah. But I get it. It's a hero movie, but I like both of the movies. I like both of the ones that were like tied for like first. But yeah, that's pretty much my rankings. Like personally.
Alright. My rankings go as follows, starting from the 6th place. At number 6, I have Thor. It was a good first movie. Introduction to Thor was pretty good. The third movie was one of my favorite MCU movies because of how funny it was, but also how serious it was. It was like, hey Thor, time to step up, bro. You got ain't no running no more. You got to do this. Then you get into the second movie, which I can forgive. You're trying to make Thor this like serious character. He's a god, so you gotta be serious about him. He's a god. He should be feared, and you should feel threatened by a motherfucker throwing
Son
him
of Odin, I have a stick up my ass.
Pretty much.
And then Thor 4 was just abysmal, straight doo-doo butter, trash, garbage, art garbage.
Facts.
Like, you had this serious character who felt powerful, and I get the like character development of him being in the end game, like that 5 years depression for him. I get that, but at the same time, to just throw all that away for a piece of shit you call Love and Thunder, it was worthless. This shit was worthless, absolutely.
Now, would you argue that? Okay. Which would you rather, slight tangent, which would you rather rewatch? Thor Love and Thunder or Wonder Woman 1984?
I would rather blow my brains out. Because both movies are garbage.
That's true.
Hot garbage.
Which one do you think is better, though?
The only good Thor movie was Thor 2.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that.
Wait, hold on. What was the one with the Wait, Thor 2 was the one with the weird Maleficent lady, right?
No, that was Thor 3.
Thor 3. Ragnarok.
What was the one with Hulk?
Ragnarok.
That was Ragnarok.
Okay, then I liked Thor 3 then.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, Thor 2, that was the most boring one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my 5th ranking is Ant-Man. They're good and fun watches if you're bored, but they always felt like an afterthought after a huge movie.
Okay.
It was like, oh shit, we forgot about Ant-Man. Get that motherfucker on the movie, he be alright. Like, that's what it felt like. The 4th is going to be Iron Man. And they're pretty, my notes are they're pretty good movies, but somewhat forgettable. They just are.
Fucking.
Also, sorry for that noise in the background. That is Iris. That's
She keeps nipping at my feet. She's an ankle biter. God damn it!
Shut the hell up.
Fuck. Fucking no.
My 3rd is going to be Spider-Man.
We love her, but shit, fucking no.
Here, give her to me.
I got her.
Fucking biting my ankles and shit.
My 2nd is going to be Captain America, and my 1st is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. Those are my rankings.
I got you. And like, why do you have why you got Guardians at your number 1?
Because it actually is it's a complete story versus versus the other ones. It's a good beginning, middle, and end, in my opinion. We have the Guardians form, and then you have some of the backstory of the Guardians. Like you explain why the Guardians were able to survive their encounter with the Infinity Stone, and then you have the Guardians like saying goodbye as a family.
That's true.
So it was just a good beginning, middle, and end.
That's facts. That's true. But yeah, I'd say those are some pretty good rankings, y'all. That's some really good rankings. But other than that, man, yeah, that'll actually do it for our second episode. Again, if you come back to listen to us a second time, we really appreciate it. And to be honest, we're still trying things out, still trying to figure some things out. So we really appreciate it for any type of feedback that you would give us to help make our podcast better. And other than that, I don't really have anything else. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before we head out?
If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. And wear your fucking seatbelt. Stop getting on your phone and driving. You're putting people at risk. And don't drink and drive either.
Facts.
Don't drink and drive.
Once
Facts.
again, if you disagree with our opinions, you know what? Go find your father, because that man has still been absent for your life.
That's crazy.
But
That's probably why you have the drinking problem.
That's
probably why.
We wish you all the best, and we hope you guys have a wonderful day.
He saw Fast and
and
Furious
fruitful
one
life.
time. He saw Furious one time, bro.
Oh my god. But
It's
yeah.
all about family.
Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, thanks again for listening, and hopefully you come back again to listen to us for our third episode. And again, until next time.